30 on Saturday. I think it's the 8th. The 8th of November. So I just woke up and there's burning all over and it smells like acid. Like something very acidic, but it's not vinegar. It just there's a pain right here. Right here. There's a pain like coming like right here. When I breathe it burns like crazy. So what does this feel like to me? It burns a lot. It was happening before like when I go to sleep, I'm afraid to close my eyes really because I'm afraid I'm not going to wake up. That to me is an extreme. I live in fear basically. I'm not suicidal and I live in fear. I live in fear because these people are breaking into my home. They're breaking into my home. They're doing things like under the floorboard. Now, in between apartments, there's a space, and they're crawling in the crawl space. Somebody has deep pockets in this group of people and is paying these people. Now, this is not coming from the US government, okay? They're claiming that it's the ex president's wife is a part of this. They may have an African American lady in the group, but it's not her. I doubt whether the ex president's wife is going to sit there and do this. I doubt it. I don't see how it's possible. That's what they're claiming. I mean, it's just a woman, right? With needs, wants, desires. You take off the title and you have a human being like me and like you. The title doesn't mean anything anymore. Everybody is fallible. Everybody has capability of good and bad. Everybody can sin and everybody can choose to make a different decision. The title doesn't help at that point. It's the individual behind the title who makes the decisions. The woman or the man, they make the decision. If they will or they won't. So that's what they're telling me. They're also telling me it's every family member, every relative my grandma had, every relative my dad had, and every relative my mom knew. So it's like every single person I come into contact with is under their control and on their payroll, or there's something about me that they want, or they hate, or they just can't stand. You are going to find a lot of that out there as well. Like every single person you come into contact with, you'll start to eventually feel that they're in on this too and they're targeting you. Yesterday I was working. I work 10 hours, well 11. I had an hour lunch break straight. These people targeted me all day. Even my speech was starting to slur. I had a horrible day. I'm selling Medicare for an insurance company online. And a brokerage firm, I should say. It's a brokerage firm. They handle, like, you know, they have contracts with certain insurance carriers and to sell Medicare. They call it the annual enrollment period. Because every year the the plans run from January 1st to December 31st. So it's like during this time, it's like they can bug you and call you, and it's okay. They have the right to do that, you know. So they do that, and people enroll for the next year. These people bothered me all day yesterday. Didn't make a sale. I watched my classmates my workmates, because we're sectioned off in groups. They had almost 20 sales. 20. I didn't make one. And that makes me feel ineffective. That makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. Because I still maintain that no matter what is going on around me, I should be me. I should be strong because God is keeping me alive through this ordeal. And because God is keeping me alive through this ordeal, I should be stronger. And it seems like the more I try to be stronger is the more these people attack every single part of me. And then they taunt me. Well, I thought you were strong. I hear this all the time. I thought you were strong. They've been trying to kill me for years. For years now, and it's not happening. For years, and if it didn't happen. I believe that I've been assaulted. I believe that they started bringing people into it who will do anything for money. Then that's killing, raping, and destroying your body from the inside out, experimenting on you. There are people who would do things like, they're trying to make some kind of breakthrough, and then they just use your body like a lab rat, basically. And they experiment with different chemicals, different things. They just experiment on it. Experiment on your body. They've been trying to kill me for a while. And those of us who are being gang stalked, the fact that you are being gang stalked, it shows there's a strength. Somehow God has chosen you to be strong, your body. And maybe He's going to make an example of it. And we don't like this. Who likes to feel that they've been assaulted? Which woman out there likes to feel she's been assaulted and she doesn't even know it? You name me one woman who feels like she's been assaulted multiple times and she doesn't know where to begin, where to look. It's not a good feeling. It is a horrible fucking feeling. To feel like you're in your home and you're helpless at protecting yourself. Not defending yourself, but protecting yourself. You close your door, you go into your apartment, you close your door. You put the chain, you press the little thing in the middle of the knob. You turn your camera on you, one facing the door. You're 4 stories up. You wake up and there's pricks all over. Your head is filled with them. But you know that these people have abilities to turn cameras off. They have the ability to turn cameras off. You're peeing and it comes out like vinegar. Now, they can mist vinegar from the crawl spaces. There must be a shitload amount of vinegar to cause my body to, when I pee, it smells like vinegar. It's not off-putting. It's not a weird smell. It's not a sour smell. Well, I ate something, I drank something, and that's how it shows up. No. You know when you have vinegar in your cupboard and you pour some on a spoon or in a food, or you just put some vinegar. Vinegar. It's vinegar. It's not just a sour smelling off, a little weird smelling. It smells like vinegar and it's sour in my mouth. My gums are starting to blister. If I buy a toothpaste and bring it in the door, like now I can order a little travel size. That's the only one I'm allowing myself. Because I feel so horrible at buying a normal size toothpaste and then I have to just throw it away. Something inside of me feels like I want to scream because it's unfair. It's unfair. for me to keep doing this. It's cruel and unfair. It's the most horrible thing in the world. Buy the travel size. And with the travel size, I brush it first. The first time it'll be there's nothing. I'll usually keep it in my pocket. After a day or the next day, I brush my teeth. I have to rinse it almost immediately because it burns. Now, what's so different from one morning to the next? Is it the environment? Is it my gums? Or is it the toothpaste? If it comes in the door and I brush my teeth, it's fine. Let it sit overnight on my counter, in my pocket, or in the bathroom. Next morning, there's a problem. It burns so bad, and around the gum line is white, and it was feeling like, it was looking like somebody took a tiny ice cream scoop and was scooping out little scoops out of it. That's acid. I live alone. You see why I'm saying about protection? I can't protect myself. I feel so inadequate. I don't have a friend here. I don't have anybody I've given a key to. Nobody visits me, not even my uncle. Because he works full time, and so do I. And since I've been selling this Medicare, it's from Monday through Saturday. I gotta go to work at 10 o'clock. I work from home, but I'm on the computer working. And I now, just now, I got it smells like gas. I don't have gas in this apartment. There's no gas stove. It's electric. Yeah, the whole thing is electric. Where's it coming from? The window is open. But if you get a blast of it like that, it simply means it's coming from the vent and it's like close by. And it smells and it burns really bad. I go to sleep and I'm so tired. Like this, you see this part of my head right here? It feels like ground beef. It feels like it's so like this ground beef. Like somebody took a meat tenderizer and they pounded it. It feels like ground beef. So with that being said, I'm just having a horrible time. I may get fired from this job, or I may just quit. Maybe they'll allow me the chance to quit. Because if I'm not producing, and I know I'm not producing as I should, they can't expect them to keep paying me. And if they're watching this video, it's like almost like I'm trying to explain. There's a reason why. I'm not inadequate. I'm not crazy. Somebody is messing with me. It's like almost I want someone to believe me. If you're being gang stalked, you understand what I mean. You don't know what you're gonna wake up to get. It's like it's like you don't know what you're gonna wake up. Like you don't know what surprises lays in the morning or lies in the morning when you open your eyes. You don't know. You're afraid to go to sleep because it's horrible. Your body's being disfigured. The vinegar, and this is something I don't want to say, but what's the point? It's like everybody's waiting for when everything goes to court, and it's not happening. My theory on this is once it happens, it'll rapidly start happening. It'll rapidly start happening. Rapidly start happening. So maybe I should go everywhere I go. I report it. They don't do anything, so I just stop reporting it. And some people have said don't even bother because they start to feel everybody is in on it. And that's the problem. They start to feel everybody is in on it. So I'm between a rock and a hard place. Because these people have deep pockets and they can pay people. Like I said, behind the badge, it's a human being. Behind the title, it's a human being. Even behind the collar, it's a human being. The ability to make bad decisions and good decisions. Hi, Chris. I'm just having a rough day today. I'm not sure what you mean by, well, there's not a lot of people. I just am having a really, a really rough day. So I'm so, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. I just have, I'm having a really hard day today. And I feel like I believe I'm just gonna quit because in the insurance world, if you get fired, it's a problem. They call it for cause, and the cause in this will be I'm not producing, which will cause a problem for me to get another job. But the people, I can't explain to them this is happening to me because they're not going to let me on the platform. You know why? Because I'm getting hacked. Eventually, when you see this goes out and everywhere people start to feel like they're being gang stalked, and there's cases of where it's been determined that this person, like me and you, were victims of being gang stalked. You see that checkbox, are you a felon? Have you ever committed a felon? There's going to be two of them, maybe two extra ones. Are you a reformed gang stalker? That's one. And have you ever been a victim of gang stalking? We will be put on par with these felons because we come with people who were hacking us. We come with people who have messed with our heads, messed with our bodies. It almost will be like we have to declare this infirmity because there's a chance that somebody or some group somewhere is going to start doing it again. We'll be treated in the same level with that question. Have you ever committed a felon? Have you ever been convicted of a felon? You watch and see. Eventually, once you see this starts to become where people start to acknowledge it and the courts start to acknowledge it, and you have a case that has been determined that you were gang stalked, it'll be there's a checkbox. Have you ever been a victim of gang stalking? And it'll be whether they decide to hire us or not, which will put us in a box. So somehow the felons are gonna they're just gonna get their backs. They're gonna get their backs. It's like they're gonna break even with this. They're gonna put this stigma, this stain on us. Because I believe if there's something that's causing people to gang stalk us for so long, they're gonna feel, well, another group can do the same thing. Because whatever the reason was here is probably something that, is exciting to these people. Something that they like doing, something they're getting from us, something the torture of us is giving to them or causing them to feel. So whatever it is, I'm pretty certain in watch it in about 10 years or less, that will become an actual thing where checkbox you'll have to put it. And it might be one where if you're a reformed gang stalker, for those of them who will be not be in prison for murder, probably. They might be like they do their time and then they come out and then they look for work. And then they'll have the box, are you a reformed gang stalker? Or have you ever been convicted of gang stalking? So I'm pretty certain that's gonna happen eventually. Because we have that stigma, like it, we're just have people messing with us for so long. It's like basically having, let's say that you're a child of a serial killer, and that the public knows, well, your daddy or your mommy were involved in some kind of heinous crime or a series of crime or criminal activities. They're gonna look at you closely. You didn't do anything. You didn't have anything to do with it. do with any of these things, but they'll look at you closely. You'll also feel like you're a villain yourself. They'll watch you closely. Not a lot of places will hire you if you haven't changed your name or any of that. A lot of these people, what they're planning on doing in this group, because they have deep pockets, is go and change their names. They're probably going to change their names and move off to different European countries or wherever. Like I said, my grandma had some stamps. They stole the stamps. I don't know how they finagled my asshole cousins to give them the stamps. They're con men and women. I don't know if they what it was, this whole American Guyanese thing, and they got the stamps from them. They sold the stamps, or they're in the process of selling them piece by piece. These stamps are worth millions of dollars, I've come to understand. I did the research. The most expensive stamps in the world come from that country, my birth country. All the stamps were from the era where it would be valuable, where it was like 2 or 3 queens back. But now, with the last queen no longer with us, those stamps are very valuable. She had those. And aside from that, they're probably selling them one at a time. So as they're selling them one at a time, they're going to take the money and disappear. There's some Mexican people involved in this, and I'm sure it was the people who live next door to me. That's why they moved in next door to me. They moved in there because if they were getting Guyanese, my cousins, to send them stuff, it will show, well, she lived here on this address as well. It was one building, one property, 3 buildings, 1 address. So to somebody who does not know that there were 3 separate buildings on the property, will say we all lived in the same house. So you have this person sending for stuff from Guyana. Well, send me stuff, send me this, send me that, send me this, send me that, whatever the case might be. And you have this Guyanese chick living at this address, not in the same house or the same building. It'll be where this Guyanese chick is the one who's telling them to send me this. Now, I think it's just planned. I think they planned it because it seems childish, doesn't it? Who in the world will be sending them stuff? That's the first thing. Without any type of communication, like a letter or a phone call. But then again, I wasn't living in the other houses to know if they were talking to these people pretending to be me. I'm not sure. Because from my end, the way how I look at it, it's childish. Like, who in the household back home would be sending them stuff? Who would be doing it? Well, then I remember, just because I haven't spoken to anyone doesn't mean the people next door weren't pretending to be me and chatting them up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the ruse was, or this is where I get confused with this one. If the whole thing was planned with the Mexicans who moved in next door and the people back home, or it really was that simple. Just contact them. But I just don't know who that person was sending them shit. If they believe they were sending it to me, and then they come to find out, because here I am telling them no, something is happening to me, and I'm asking them, what did you do with the stamps? Something would have clicked. Well, oh, we thought it was you, and that would have been the easiest solution, and they didn't do it. We come to find out, well, if these Mexicans are telling them the stamps, let's say they sold a stamp, one of them sold for like $10 million, let's just say, because they really are that valuable. $10 million, let's say $1 million. And they say, well, look, we only got, 50,000. I'll give you 10,000. I'll give you 20,000. I'll give you 30,000. Then you come to find out it's $1 million fucking dollars they sold it for. Now, when I'm telling these crazy ass people back home, this might have happened, somebody would be like, at least something click in and say, well, oh man, well, okay, this is what it was. They would know me as Roseanne and Bobby, right? Those are my nicknames back home. Well, look, Bobby, girl, we didn't know this was happening. We thought it was you, whatever. Well, I'll tell you what happened. At least open your mouth and tell me what happened and stop this torture. Because if they tell me what's happening, these people will stop because I'll have a legal case now. And those people who live next door is going to have to open their mouths and say what they did. But nobody is helping me, and that's the problem. Like they all suddenly want me dead, and I don't know why. Because something bad happened to me. And maybe they witnessed it or they're a part of it. I don't know. I have no idea. But whatever it is, my life is not in a good place right now. It's not in a good place.